Guys, welcome to my closet transformation video. I'm so excited for this video because we are going to be transforming, making over the walk-in closet in my bedroom. So you probably saw me just declutter this, and that's what really prompted this video. I feel like I realized how poorly this closet was not designed, because it's like very minimal design, but there was a lot of wasted space, and I feel like it could be so much more functional. I'm going to be using the PAX system from IKEA as well. I just designed it on the IKEA website like I did with my office, and it was super easy. Actually, most of the pieces were out of stock, so I had to reconfigure it and only use pieces that they had available for delivery, but I managed. So this is the design that I'm going for. I'm very excited about it. I ordered the pieces on Sunday and they arrived yesterday, so it took one day to ship. Last time I built this in this video when I was redoing my office, I built it myself and it took me like 3 or 4 days to do the whole closet, and this time I actually am paying someone to do the big pieces because I just don't feel like doing that. I am going to go in and like put all the shelves where I want them and all that. I'm also going to be trying to make this look built in. I haven't exactly figured out how I'm going to do that yet because each video I've watched on the topic is a little bit confusing and each person does it their own way. So I'm going to try to figure out exactly how to do that, but I feel like just doing a few things here and there can actually make it look way more expensive, so I'm very excited about that. So I thought I would give you a current tour of my closet and go through the things that I don't like about it, why I feel like I need to change it, and then we'll get into the whole redesign. This is my current closet in my bedroom. I know this is a crazy amount of clothes for one person. You don't need to tell me. This is what came in my closet when I built it, just this very simple wire rack. I've lived in my house for 2 years now, which is crazy, and this has worked well for me, but it's time to do a little bit of an upgrade. So on this side I have all my jeans and my pants. Believe it or not, this is like after I went through all my jeans and did a big declutter. I have my sweatpants, some bins. These are like my body suits, my go-to tops and stuff. And then I have this IKEA drawer, which is going to go into my spare room. Here's all like my sweaters, going out tops, and then some more sweaters. And then I have some shoes here and some more shoes here. So what I don't like about this mainly is that there's a lot of wasted space at the top, and then I'm very limited on what I can do up here because if I pile things too high, it starts to tumble over. If they had put like a second layer of racks, I feel like that would be a little bit better because you can't put things too high on there. Another thing I have to figure out, which I actually don't know if there is or isn't, is if there's a plug in my closet. I don't know why there would be a plug in here, but if there's not, I'm gonna have to have an electrician come and put a plug in here because I do want to put lighting in my closet. Okay, so it's the next day. I started by emptying my full closet. This was so much work. I also have an electrician coming to install a plug so that I can plug the lights into it. I think he's going to install it there because there's a plug right on the other side of the wall. The next thing I have to do is take all these racks down. So I have my drill. I feel like this should be easy, but I don't know. We've made some progress. I don't exactly know how this system like works. Oh, I think they just snap out. I need a hard hat. Now I can see why people wear hard hats. I definitely need a drill piece. I can't be hand screwing that. I'm going to finish taking this out. I don't think this is the interesting part that you came here to see. Okay, I took down all of the racks, which was actually a lot harder than I was expecting. I patched up some of the holes that are probably might be showing, so the ones in the back. And on this side here, I only had wood filler, so I used that. Hopefully it works. I didn't patch these because it's going to be behind the unit and I'm just lazy. So that's where we're at now. Okay, so the nice man who built all of this just left. He did it in half the amount of time that not even half, like a quarter of the amount of time that it would have taken me. So it looks so good, you guys. Like, honestly, I cannot wait to fill it up. I was trying to work out how I'm going to make it look built in while he was building it. I think what I'm going to do is take off the moldings, the baseboards, because I want it to sit as close to the wall as possible. Okay, so I thought I needed a crowbar to get my moldings, my baseboards off, but turns out you don't. I just started. I should be using an X-Acto knife. I don't have one, okay? So I just used a sharp knife to go along the top of the baseboard, and then I used, let me squeeze back in here, I used this little spatula thing to kind of shimmy it under. Oh my gosh, it came off. It popped right off, like so easy. And we'll see if we need to take off the molding on the inside of the door. So I ripped the baseboards off and I figured out the separations that I'm going to need. The only thing is that I'm going to have to figure out this light switch. Like, I'm gonna have to, that's gonna be a problem. That's gonna be a problem. I'm gonna have to like cut a hole in this, and then I'm gonna have to like stick my hand through. Anyways, there's gonna be 3 inches. I evenly spaced them out, so I need to get my wood cut 3 inches by 88 inches, and then I figured out also the top and the bottom are gonna be exactly the same as well. I also need to get pieces of wood to put in here so that I can screw these cabinets together to the piece of wood. So I have to figure out what wood I'm going to get. So I realized I need to put the lights on before I do that, and I was trying to figure out how I'm going to do that. So I had a plug installed today behind this unit, and so I have to run the wires behind that. I'm going to cut a little hole in here so if I ever need to access it, I can. And then I was thinking, like, how am I going to light this side up, because I don't have a plug on this side. But because I ripped up the baseboards, I don't know if I'm allowed to do this. I'm going to look it up. I'm going to maybe call an electrician. I might run a wire, like an extension cord under the baseboard. Okay, so I've been trying to put these lights in for what feels like ever now. I feel like I always underestimate how long these things are going to take. The lights up here are all up. For some reason, this light on this won't sit flush, and that's gonna bother me. So I had 2. I opened another one. It was crooked also. So I don't know what's gonna happen, because these sit really nice, even though that is a little, I need to paint. There's a little bad spot there. That one sits really nice. That one sits really flush and nice, and then boom. That's gonna bother me. You ready?
Look at my boots.
To skate? Oh, I did not wear good. So we found the lights. It was a little bit of a mess, but now we're just looking for the plugs for the holes in my thing, but I don't know where those will be. I didn't see them. We're at Home Depot now getting everything we need for our project. Oh, I should get you some safety goggles.
You really should.
The one aisle that was blocked off was the aisle we needed for the MDF board, so we're going to gather our other supplies. Okay. This is so cool that they can cut it. I didn't know that. And if you're a woman, don't be afraid to ask. And you have to be pushy. So we just got back. I'm installing the second row of lights, which... Okay, now it's clicked in. You can see here, like when it got delivered, some of the pieces were chipped. I ran the extension cord behind, so now it's gonna come, it comes all meets here.
We got a big project ahead of us.
And you're lucky you got a good contractor, me. Originally I had these planned on this shelf, and then the space there was just way too small. So I had to move the rack down, I had to move everything down. The lights are honestly the most annoying part, because you have to fit all the wires through. The lights are all in, and the next step we're going to do is the framing, because we can put the other stuff in after it's done, and I really want to get started on the framing. So I have all my pieces cut for the measurements I did. I'm going to, because I want them to be evenly spaced and take up the whole wall. Look, I had to remove this molding. The space in between each, including the gap, is 3 inches, including from here to the wall. So I'm going to take the measuring tape, and from here to the wall, it needs to be 3 inches. So it's a little bit too Okay, that's 2 over. It takes a little bit of finagling until you get it perfect. See? Hopefully, this is straight. I cut these pieces of wood to the exact measurement to fit in between here. I put one at the top, one at the bottom. That's gonna first of all keep them evenly spaced and secure together, because I'm separating them so I can't like drill them together. And it's gonna keep them level, like straight. And then it's also gonna give me something to nail my MDF boards to. So like I said, I put one at the top and I put one at the bottom. I got these screws. Honestly, the screw aisle at the Home Depot should come with like an instruction manual. I just got the ones that looked like they would work, and they work perfectly fine. This is gonna attach the skirt, like the baseboard piece. I'm gonna nail it to that. Okay, so I have all my wood things in. This is the baseboard. I slightly under measured, but that's okay because I have extra pieces from the store. So I'm gonna just like fill in the pieces wherever I need them. So now we're going to put this, and then these pieces, well, we'll put the top one, and then these pieces, because it'll be easier to cut these down if they don't fit than the other way around. So now we're just making sure it's like all straight and even. And I'm gonna nail it. Did a nail even go in there? Let me see if I can nail it to IKEA.
I think so.
Yeah.
There you go.
That looks like it's gonna warp it, eh?
Yeah, I wouldn't put one there.
So we attached all of the pieces. Well, not all of them, because I have to go get a new piece cut there because I cut it the wrong size. And so now I'm going through and wood filling where I need to. Wood filler will be your best friend. I'm just telling you that right now because it will make everything look perfect. So I might have to go in twice, but I'm gonna fill the gaps and then fill all the little nail holes and then paint it, but we're probably not gonna do that today. Morning, you guys. So it's the next day. I was so exhausted last night I didn't even give you an update, but let me show you the situation on what's going on. This is now day 3 of the closet remodel, and we have definitely made some progress. I'm very happy with what's going on. I'll be honest with you, the hardest part in this whole thing was actually spacing them out evenly and making sure they were level. And if I'm being honest, I don't think they were perfectly level, but it's okay. Like, I'm not doing this for a customer or anything, but I feel like it's so hard. My level was not acting properly. I don't know. It was so hard to figure out if it was level, like straight. This one I feel like it is, but it's also hard to tell because it's a hallway, so it's gonna look like it's going like this. Anyways, I'm not too picky about it. So we have, I let the wood filler dry overnight. I put it in all the nail holes. I need to sand that down. This situation, okay, so I made some wrong measurements. It's gonna happen, but that's why it's really important to take the extra MDF pieces when you get it cut. So I have pieces I'm going to cut down to size for here, like in all the corners. And then once I do that, I need to figure out the molding situation for around the door because I obviously can't leave it like that. I kept the old molding, so I'll probably use that up there. And then I think I'm just going to put the old molding back there to cover that up, just like a piece of it. Even though I did get a little strip, I think it'll just be easier to put the old molding. So this is the remote. I had a really hard time calibrating this or like hooking it up. The instructions don't tell you that to do this. On the back of the driver, you need to press the reset button before you try connecting it. They didn't tell me that. But now it all lights up and looks real good. But let me tell you the dilemma that I have going on right now. So the light switch is here. Obviously, I have to make that accessible because you need to access the light switch. I do, however, think most of the time I will just have these lights on. I don't know why my camera's doing something weird, but I do need to have that accessible. So my two options were to either have a cutout in the molding so you can slide your hand in, but that may look unfinished. So I think I might cut a piece out of here. Now that's going to be a little bit of a stretch, right? So what I was thinking is getting a Philips Hue light for that and then a motion detector. So whenever you walk in, I'll put the motion detector here. When you walk in here, the lights will automatically turn on. So that is an option. But then if you want to turn it off, like you can reach your hand in. Okay, I just got home from work. This is my guess on where the switch is on the wall. Based on my it looks a little high. That is not where the wall switch is. Based on my calculations, I am very off. Okay, let me reassess because that is very off. This is my new tool. It's my multi-tool. I don't know how this is gonna go. We shall see. Okay, update. We've had more success with this one than the straight one, which I would have thought would be the other way. Okay, so you're on my cool new tripod. This is way better than me just trying to explain what I'm doing. Going along my line here with my multi-tool that I just bought. And this is actually very cool because it also comes with sanders. So let's see. I'm gonna put some nice music on because this is not a fun sound. Not as easy as I thought. We've officially made it through. I'm gonna have to put some molding on there because that is not looking good. This is a scary tool. You can't even see what I'm doing, but this is scary. Okay, so I think I've cut through the whole thing. Now I just need to find a way to get it out. I don't know. That is like a perfect measurement. Not going to be easy. I definitely need to put something here because that is going to cut up your hand. That's a problem for another day. That is not a problem I'm willing to deal with right now. Hey guys, so it is Sunday today. I did not work on my closet at all yesterday. And let me just tell you, I am ready for this closet to be finished. I have no energy today to work on it, but I am because I want to at least get the primer on. So I'll give you updates. I don't exactly remember where we left off, but I do want to give you an update on where we are right now. I'm very greasy. So this is the situation we're at right now. I did put the drawers in and the rod there. It's annoying. This drawer has a scratch on it. So I'm going to try to paint that because that is extremely annoying, or I'll swap it for the one on the bottom. The next thing I have to do is sand all of, like, you know, where I put the wood filler, and then I need to caulk. So I'm gonna sand everything down and then I'm gonna caulk everything because I don't want to caulk before I sand because I don't want to sand to get in my caulk. I hate saying that, caulk. I don't know. Anyways, I am exhausted today, and like honestly I need this to be done because I cannot live like this. I'm excited for it to be done, so hopefully by today it's somewhat done. All right, all the prep work is done, so we're gonna start painting. This is when I feel like it's all going to come together. This is the paint primer I got. I also have my actual wall paint color, which I'll probably do a coat of after, but I want to prime it first. This is the Burr Ultra Stain Blocking Paint and Primer. I'm just seeing now that it says exterior satin enamel, but we're just gonna use it anyways. Paint is paint, right? Oopsies. I got satin because the IKEA system kind of has like a shiny finish to it, so I feel like I needed a satin paint. I don't know. So I'm going to use this little rolly tray thing. I'm going to start on this one here. I'm going to start with these panels because I don't feel like doing the bottom one just yet. So let's see how this goes. Looking good, guys. It's looking good. Although this roller is giving like a texture on it, which I'm not a fan of. Okay, I just finished doing the primer. That took so much longer than I was expecting. It was so hard. I ended up using an IT Cosmetics brush to prime. It's just like the texture of it was so hard. The paint did not want to grip to it. So I'm hoping that this step made it easier for my actual paint to grip to, which is what I'm going to do now. I'm going to go actually have a snack because I'm pretty starving, but I'm going to go find the paint. I was originally going to use just the same paint as my walls, but I think because the IKEA has a glossy satiny type finish, I might use the paint I used for my trim, which is a semi-gloss. But I don't know. While I let my primer dry, I made dinner. Now I have my paint. I added some of this latex extender. This is going to help prevent brush strokes when you're brushing, especially with a semi-gloss. You're more likely to see brush strokes, so that will help prevent that. You might have to do 2 coats of this, which is making me want to die, because painting this was not fun, like getting in all the nooks and crannies, but I'm hoping it'll go on a lot easier now that the primer has it was hard, like the wood was like soaking up the paint. So I think this will be a lot easier. You guys, so it is the end of day, I don't even know, I've lost count, but I want to say I did around 4 coats of paint, 1 coat of primer, and then 3 coats. And this was, I thought it was like, you know, I painted my moldings, right? I did my moldings myself. I was like, easy peasy, I know what I'm in for. Somehow I have an extra piece of wood, don't ask me how. Easy peasy. No, I was so, look at my floor. I'm gonna have to scrub this paint off my floor because getting this side for some reason was so difficult. I'll show you the difference that caulking makes. So here I had caulked, this light is like making it all wonky. I had caulked the space, but here I didn't. So I'm gonna have to go in and just quickly caulk it after. It makes such a difference. Like you can see there versus, you can see here versus here. And then I need to figure out this situation here. So I'll probably just go get a very thin molding piece that'll go along there. And then I still have the molding that was at the top, so I'll stick that back on. And I don't know, I'll probably just end up honestly filling this with caulking and call it a day, because this closet is not even, okay? If this is the fact that this light is not centered, I don't want to talk about it. I would like to have a word with the builders of this house, okay? Why the room is a square? Why was the light not put in the middle of the room? So it's the next morning. I placed the mirror there last night to see if I like it there. And I don't know if I want to do a mirror there or art. I don't know if we had this discussion last night. I was a little delirious. But I put the drawers in, you guys already saw that. And then I put the rods in all on this side. This is going to be my top section. I did not even attempt to do that. This is going to be just a bunch of shelves. But I'm debating returning the shelves and getting these drawers, because I'll be able to pull them out and see what's like actually in the drawer, because shelves are good, but they're deep. So whatever's in the back, I won't be able to access, but I don't know. I'm gonna see. So up there I put the jean rack. I was supposed to have another shelf and then the jean rack, but I put the jean rack right up there because if I put a shelf, the whole light would be blocked from the rest. You see how it's so dark down here? Technically, I should have probably gotten another light, but it's too late now because it's all in the wall. And then here also, I know that it looks like there's a little bit of a gap, but I've had one of these before in my old closets, and this part, when you start like putting like the jeans on, it gets pretty stacked. So I don't know, if it really bothers me, I could move it up. I need to put all together all those shoe things, but I need to get different screws because the screws that they gave for this literally don't screw in. I need to figure something out because I was going to lose my mind. I wasn't sure if I was going to do knobs, but I feel like I want to do some knobs, but we'll see. I went to work and then I went to Reno Depot, which is like a hardware store here, and I got these knobs. I was debating between, and these are exactly what I had in mind. I was debating between poles and knobs, and I went with knobs just because they're easier to install. Like, you don't have to make, they're just easier to install. Way easier, actually. I'm gonna do my measurements. Basically, I'm gonna put 2 on these big drawers. I'm gonna put 2, so like 1 here, and then 1 here, so there'll be 2 on these, and then 1 on these smaller drawers, like 1 in the center. To find the measurements, I'm gonna measure the drawer. So the whole drawer, the whole drawer is 3.5 feet, or 30, how much is this? 36.5 inches exactly. A little less than 93 centimeters. Typically, when working with knobs, I like to work in centimeters just because you can get more precise. But it seems like the measurement of 36.5 inches is a little bit more accurate. So half of that is 18.25, and then half of that is 9.125. That's not a good measurement. Let's try this again. It's like exactly 36.5 inches. We'll do 10 centimeters. It's not going to be perfectly centered, but at least they'll be all the same distance. Then we'll do half of the height of the door, which this is perfectly 16 centimeters, so we'll put it at 8. That I always like using a brow pencil because it comes off with a makeup wipe. So 10 centimeters. Are we sure that's the right measurement? 9 inches, not 9 centimeters. So you can see my line here, 9 inches. And then it is, what did we say, 8 down? So it has to come right here. So this is the center. We'll double check. Okay, so these are where our knobs are going. The reason I find knobs easier is because you don't have to calculate the distance between the 2 holes on the pull, which is not difficult, but this is just a lot easier. Put your drill bit in and then go right where you want it. Stick the tip in and then drill a hole. Stick your screw in and these are like really heavy duty knobs, and then you'll have to screw it in with a screwdriver, but you got a knob and it looks so good. So I'm gonna go do that on all of them, and it's gonna make such a difference. Alright you guys, so it's been a few days that I've finished. It's not completely done, but I'm so excited to show you. This was truly a labor of love. I had Nikki's help, I had Etan's help, and I had the nice man at TaskRabbit's help. But overall, I want to say that all of you can 100% do this yourself. You can save so much money doing your closet yourself, and just those little things really take it to the next level and make it a lot more built in. So without further ado, this is my closet reveal. Did you see that light turn on? I actually went and got a motion sensor light from Philips Hue. Nikki, if you want to come in here and show them. And there's a little motion detector here to turn on that light. I am going to turn off these lights because it does something funky on the camera and I don't want to hurt your eyes. But I'm going to go through and talk about everything, how I organized it, and then also I want to talk about the things that I maybe would have done differently and the things I would do differently if I were you. So on this side, this is my whole top section. We have my black tops, and then these are like my fancier going out tops, And then these are my bodysuits. And then over here I have like my thinner knits, some knit sweaters. So I love this. Overall, I'm really happy with this side of the closet. The only thing I would change is the very top. I would make the spacing a little bit bigger. I mean, I still can go in and change it, but it is a little bit thin. But I'm so happy that I have this space to really store things, because this was really a lot of wasted space before. And I put some of my bags, some boxes, to give more of like a boutique-y kind of feel. Then here I have my drawers. In this drawer here I have all of my folded tops and tank tops, and then I have my workout clothes.
Brown. Lots of brown.
Lots of brown. This is empty, but it will be my leggings. I haven't finished that yet. And then also this will be my long sleeve tops, and I have to vacuum out the dust from putting the handles in. But don't the handles look so good? It makes such a difference, honestly. And I would recommend to everyone to add handles to their packs. In this little section here I have my baseball hats. For someone who literally never wears baseball hats, I do have a lot. This will be like my underwear drawer, and then these two are empty, but I'm thinking like pajamas and socks, who knows. Now this was a fun side. Okay, so over here in this section, this was originally supposed to be a bunch of shelves, and I completely switched it up. Well, kind of switched it up. So I put a rack up here. Whoa, this is looking a little messy.
You got some crazy hangers.
So I decided to go with a rack for my tank tops and like crop tops up there, because I knew if it was a shelf, I would never be able to reach the shelf and then also reach the back of that shelf. So I feel like this is just a way better use of the space. And then I also really like that because it's a pack system, at any moment I can go in and change if I want to add a shelf. I did also fill in all the holes with these things, which made such a difference. I got these at IKEA. They're actually in the kitchen section, and they will absolutely break your hands trying to put them in, but it's so worth it, because if you look like on the side here,
you didn't have enough?
No, I did. I just broke my hand. Okay, so then, like I said, this was originally supposed to be a full, like, all shelves like this. But then I realized that these are so deep that I would lose the things in the back. So I got these drawers that I can pull out and access the things in the back. These are like their accessory drawers, but I just thought that was way smarter than, you know, losing all the things in the back. If you get the more narrow version, I feel like you don't obviously need that. But yeah, like especially down here with my knit sweaters, I never would be, I would forget about that. I'm really bad with object permanence. I'm out of breath. Whew. So I'm really happy I did that. I would highly recommend it over these shelves here. So I have to go return all the shelves I bought. But yeah, so I have my knit sweater sets and some sweatshirts. And then I have my sweatpants down here. I actually got rid of a lot of sweatpants because I don't really wear sweatpants all that much anymore. I have a few pairs I love. And then at the bottom here, I actually have some pairs as well. Which leads us to this middle section here, which I just truly love so much. So I got these pant organizers, pant hangers. I'm a little bit short for this one, so I put my pants that I won't wear as much here. Sorry, Nikki.
That's okay.
So I have my like dress pants, some leather pants, cargo pants, and then also some down here as well, just the ones that I gravitate towards more. In this drawer here, I'm gonna have my sunglasses and jewelry. I originally planned to put this on the second section here and the belts at the top, but this didn't fit here, so we had to rearrange.
The belt one is beautiful.
Yeah,
I love it.
That's why I really wanted it up here, but you can't really see it anyways. So then here are all the jeans, all my jeans. It's a lot, I know, but this is, I've cut down. I've really cut down.
She really did, guys. She really cut down.
And I organized it based on brands, so I have like a Goldie and then Zara over here.
Oh, take a seat.
So this is where I'm going to give you an example of why shelves are bad news. So here is just a regular shelf, and I have jeans at the back, which I'm going to forget about those.
You're never going to wear those.
I'm never going to wear them. So I think what I'm going to do is switch this out for one like this, so I can at least pull it out and see what's back there, because what?
You're never going to wear them if they're back there.
Yeah, I will.
No. If you pull out, you'll wear them. If they're back there, You're gonna say, where's those jeans?
I'm just gonna forget they ever existed. And then I got some sweatpants down there. So yeah, moving on to the shoe section, which is also something that I would like to give you a warning. And this is one of my regrets of the closet. Okay, so these shoe shelves seem really great in theory. They're these pull-out shoe racks, which, like, it's great for like down here because you don't really have to bend. You can fit like your higher boots up here. Like, who can reach that? I certainly cannot. Now, I guess I don't do all of the proper research when I order things. I originally ordered these instead of regular shelves like I have in my other closet because I thought that this bottom part extended all the way back.
Me too.
So that you would be able to put 4 pairs and then an extra 2 pairs up here. I was like, that is the definition of genius. Alas, for some reason they decided not to do that. So I would just go with a shelf because it looks a lot better than these like cumbersome racks
that are sticking out.
Knowing myself, in the future I probably will change them for shelves, but I have them, and let me just tell you, they were terrible to put together. Thankfully Ethan came over and helped me because I was about to tear down my whole closet because they are horrible to put together. I have trauma thinking about it.
So what's the takeaway
of these shelves? Don't get them. At no cost. Do not get them. Do not, under no circumstances get them. Because Nikki, if you want to follow me over to here.
I would love to.
Don't mind this mess.
There's no mess.
If you want to follow me over here to my other closet, here I have regular shelves. And you can see it's just way prettier. IKEA has a few different lighting options, and these are I think they're the old lights. I don't know, because I didn't buy these. They were gifted to me.
By who?
By my freeloader that was living in my house. Instead of rent, he bought me IKEA lights. If they have these versus the ones in the closet I just installed, I would go with the new ones because you don't have to screw anything in. These, I remember, were very hard to install. So overall, I would 10 on 10 recommend doing this, and I would definitely recommend doing it with the IKEA PAX system, and I would 1,000,000% recommend building it in. I think it just takes it to a complete next level. If you didn't want to build it in, I would definitely put some handles on your drawers. I feel like that makes it look a lot more custom, and really just tailor it to what fits your lifestyle and what you need. Alright, you guys, so I will do my best to leave everything I use, like the wood filler and the caulking, linked down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and follow me on Instagram, just at Sevdalis. I love you, and I'll see you guys back here next time. Bye!